Ectothermic and endothermic animals. The scientific classification of animals began in the late 18th century. At this time, animals were classified almost entirely by external features, which can sometimes be misleading. Presently, animals are classified according to a broader range of characteristics, including their internal anatomy, patterns of development, and genetic makeup. Guided by this more reliable classification, scientists divide the animal kingdom into approximately 30 groups, each called a phylum, plural phyla. The phylum more intensively studied than any other is the chordates, which includes mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish, together with the collection of lesser-known organisms. The feature uniting these animals is that a series of interlocking bones called vertebrae is formed during their early development, giving them their name, the vertebraes. Vertebraes account for only about 2% of animal species. The remaining 98%, collectively called invertebrates, are far more numerous and diverse. The only feature these diverse creatures share in common is the lack of a backbone. On land, some invertebrates manage to overcome the cold by using muscles to warm themselves. For example, many large moths and bumblebees use a special form of shivering to raise their body temperature to 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, before they take off, which allows them to fly in cool weather. But with vertebrates, as a whole, temperature regulation is very unusual. With vertebrates, on the other hand, it has developed to a high degree. Vertebrates are customarily divided into cold-blooded and warm-blooded animals, but these labels are not very precise. Biologists normally use the terms ectotherm and endotherm to describe temperature regulation more accurately. An ectotherm is an animal whose temperature is dictated by its surroundings, while an endotherm is one that keeps its body at a constant warm temperature by generating internal heat. Reptiles, amphibians, and fish are ectotherms. Although they do not maintain a constant warm temperature, some of these animals do manage to raise their body temperature above that of their surroundings. They do this by behavioral means, such as basking in the direct sunshine when the surrounding air is cool, or resting in the shade to cool down. Because the body temperature of these ectothermic animals is determined by their surroundings, they cannot control the speed at which their body systems work. Therefore, in cold weather, they become sluggish, and some enter a state of reduced activity or torpor, which is similar to hibernation. Mammals and birds are endotherms. These animals generate heat through their metabolic processes, and they retain it by having insulated layers of fat, fur, or feathers. The cells of the body in warm-blooded animals operate most effectively within a narrow range of temperatures. In humans, body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Although 36.4 degrees and 37.2 degrees Celsius, 97.5 degrees and 99 degrees Fahrenheit are within normal limits. If body temperature is too high, the functions of the cells may become impaired or the cells themselves become damaged. If too low, the rate at which foodstuffs are metabolized decreases. The body temperature is regulated by the rate at which heat is radiated from the skin and by the evaporation of water vapor. Perspiring, evaporation through the pores of the skin, and panting, evaporation through pores in the mouth, are common temperature regulators in warm-blooded animals. These processes are controlled involuntarily by the brain. Because their bodies are always warm, endothermic animals can remain active in some of the coldest conditions on Earth. For a long time, it is unclear whether dinosaurs were purely endothermic, like modern mammals, or ectothermic, like modern reptiles. In early 2000, scientists used X-rays to view the chest cavity of a dinosaur fossil found in South Dakota. Computerized three-dimensional imaging revealed the remains of what is thought to be the first example of a dinosaur heart ever discovered. The heart appears to contain 4 chambers with a single aorta, a structure that more closely resembles the heart of a bird or mammal than the heart of any living reptile. The structure of the heart suggests that the dinosaur may have had a high metabolic rate that is more like that of an active warm-blooded animal than that of a cold-blooded reptile.